When local growers put great food on Tennessee tables, that's living green. Tonight on Live Green Tennessee, we travel to the Great Smoky Mountains and visit Sevierville, where the store Rabbit Food is bringing all natural and organic groceries to the community. Next, we'll visit the Turnaround Juice Bar, which is providing local foods and products in downtown Cookeville. Finally, we'll check out the Cookeville-Putnam County Clean Commission and how they are educating and cleaning up their community of litter. All this and more on Live Green Tennessee coming up next.
This program is brought to you in part by...
Behind every Pick Tennessee Products logo is a Tennessee farmer who brings you fresh, local food grown with the kind of pride that gets handed down through generations. From now through fall, you can find Tennessee fruits and vegetables on farms and at farmers markets near you. Find your Tennessee farmers at picktnproducts.org.
What makes our state unique? Find out on the new Tennessee Channel, a statewide initiative by your public television stations. Each program is created in Tennessee, about Tennessee, and broadcast in Tennessee.
The Tennessee Channel, Saturdays 6 to 10 p.m. Eastern and Sundays 2 to 6 p.m. Eastern, right here on your public television station.
Funding for this program was provided in part by the United States Department of Agriculture. Connecting the grower to the buyer, the country to the city, and smart shopping with a healthy lifestyle. It's Live Green Tennessee.
Hello, I'm Melinda Kiefer, and I'm proud to bring you stories from across our great state on Live Green Tennessee. After failing to find healthy and affordable food for her family, Donna Petroni opened Rabbit Food in downtown Sevierville. Since then, the shop has been providing organic, fair trade, and environmentally responsible produce and products to the residents of Sevier County. Each week, customers can even check out the store's website and see what fresh produce will be available and when it will arrive. East Tennessee's PBS's Chris Smith shows us how this store's introduction of organic and natural foods has impacted this area in the foothills of the Smoky Mountains.
Rabbit Food got started in July of 2005, just as a one-day-a-week store. We were buying from United Natural Foods as a co-op. There were a few mothers, so once a month we could get food. Once a month, if it was out of stock, we missed out. And I just decided I'd rather have this food all the time, and couldn't afford to buy it at the retail health food prices, too expensive. Raising kids and trying to have whole foods and organic foods. So I opened the store. I was teaching full time at the time, so that's why just one day a week. I was just open Saturday. I found after a few months people were needing me to be open other days of the week. Saturdays, some people's Sabbath. They couldn't come out, so I was opening after school on Monday. So the second year I was in business, I cut my hours at school back to half-time, and things just began to grow from there. Before I opened the store, I was really looking for whole food products. It was difficult to get those products. We had to go out of town, mostly out of state, to get those products. I had ideas about what I wanted when I came into the store, and I'm not a business person. So I ordered a whole pile of things that I thought other people would want because I wanted them. And people tended to overlook those, and they wanted other items. I learned about gluten-free. I never knew about gluten-free when I was, before I opened the store, and people were coming in saying, do you have any gluten-free items? And I learned about celiac disease, I learned about wheat intolerances, and eventually I converted this whole end of the store to gluten-free products only. And I can't believe the enormous number of people who come here looking for gluten-free products now. So I quickly learned that I was going to have to rely on my customers to tell me what I wanted, because this store is too small for me just to put what I thought the customers might want. So I rely on my customers to tell me what they want, and I try to order accordingly. So I carry a range of dried goods, refrigerated, frozen. I carry some meat, some pasture-fed beef that's grown locally that my customers will love. It's, when I say locally, it's from Greene County, Cobble Creek Farm. I get organic mushrooms locally. I get some pesticide-free kale and tomatoes from a big grower locally. Because of my space limitations, I don't have a variety of these things, but I try to get, again, at what people want. I carry locally grown raw honey from Tennessee Wren's farm in Sevier County. And I will only carry local honey because I'm a beekeeper too. So I know the local beekeepers, so I know when local honey's coming off, and I know who I'm getting it from, so I know that I'm giving my customers a good product. I carry dried fruits, nuts, mostly organic, occasionally not. As I said, I'll go with my customers. Snack foods even. So I get most of my cheeses from Kenny's farmhouse cheese in Kentucky. He makes his cheese from his own cow's milk, pasture feeds them, doesn't fill them full of antibiotics and the other horror things we learn about, and he makes really good cheese. I buy bulk with organic sugars and flours and bag them up, organic beans, grains, you know. I get local alkalinized water from historic springs. One thing I'm finding about this business is it's a constantly changing thing. What people are asking for changes. You know, what's hot one year will be different the next year. My produce by far is my biggest seller.
I'm from California, and when I first moved here, I was so used to having lots of fresh vegetables, and I'd go down to some of the local stores, and there wasn't much to pick from. And so when we found Rapid Food, it was like pay dirt. You know, it was great. We were just really excited. Everything that she gets, every produce is organic, and she always makes sure that we get a great selection every week. So, and it's usually things that you can't grow in your garden. So there's no real, she's not competing with us.
One of the greatest things about this whole business is the networking. And my customers, if they want to, get an email from me every Tuesday where I give them a link to my website, and I have an updated list of what I'm expecting to come in. Friday's my produce day, and I get a ton of people in looking for all the good stuff.
When you come in on Friday, whatever's available, the prices are really, really good. And it's interesting and it's fun, and it makes you more creative, because when you come in and you see all the beautiful things, you start to be creative with your meals, and you try new things you've never tried before. I really don't make a grocery list other than staples like my nuts and fruits and beans, things like that.
When I opened the store 7 years ago, I don't know if there were any organic items in the grocery stores at all. Maybe occasionally bananas and carrots, and I may have forgotten too, but I don't think that you could get organic produce in Sevier County. And now you see in the grocery stores that there are whole aisles of organic and natural foods, and in the produce sections there'll be whole sections of organic foods and clean meats and cheeses and things, and that's really good to see. I think organic food's very important, and it's not only good for the land, it's good for our bodies, it's good for all of us. It's preventive health, isn't it? We know how expensive healthcare costs are. I never expected the kind of community that we have here, how well I know my customers and my customers know me, and how easily we can talk to each other, share ideas, share contacts and resources, and just network with other businesses, other agencies. It's been a wonderful, wonderful experience as well as a business. The future for Rabbit Food, well, we're slowly opening more hours. Hopefully we can maintain these after I go back to school. I might be able to have someone in here so that it's not just me and my husband running the store. And I think that it's going to grow. I think that the whole demand for organics and natural foods is growing all the time.
One of Cookeville's newest restaurants, the Turnaround Juice Bar, is bringing fresh and locally produced foods to the customers of downtown Cookeville. Putting Living Green to the test, this restaurant has everything covered down to their biodegradable straws. Their assortment of sandwiches and smoothies made with all local ingredients, along with their salad bar, are sure to make any food goer feel good about their meal. WCTE's Desiree Duncan shows us how this eatery is not only serving delicious food, but environmentally conscious menu items.
My husband and I have been praying, how can we impact Cookeville and the surrounding areas? What can we do to serve these people and show love to them and care about them? And went through prayer. We heard open a juice bar, because the greatest needs right now is people's health. It's declining rapidly with diabetes, the rise of diabetes all the way from juvenile up, cancer, and these diseases that we are constant new diseases coming about. And through the love and the research that we've done, we've seen that juicing is phenomenal in healing the body. And so that's why we wanted to reach out and open a place so all of Cookeville can have that one place that they could come and order and not be afraid of what's in the ingredients.
I believe a juice bar, it's basically been something that has come around on us, inside of us, to be able to have a well-being of our lives. I was able to fight several sicknesses, especially joint problems, and I'm feeling more energetic. I can play with my children. I can run. I can jump. I do a lot of things I used to that I couldn't do before. So I think it's been through healthy eating.
You have many factors that go into health, into living a more greener life. You have all facets. It's not just the way you eat. It's exercise, it's your environment, it's the stress of life and what you're doing. I tell a lot of my customers that eating and what you're drinking and the exercise is very important, but also the stress of things. So we have to factor in all areas of our life for health.
Seasonal produce is essential when it comes to getting more nutrients out of a produce that has been picked green and travel for thousands of miles. So when you have a produce that is travel, not even a pinch of that time frame, and and the mileage that is traveled, and it's more ripe on the vine, then it will be so you're allowing the produce to allow itself to get the nutrients that it needs. So that's why it's important to have a local produce being eaten.
Our goal here is to strive to obtain organic produce as much as possible. It's not 100%, of course, and as local as possible. So especially during the time right now, during spring and summer, we're able to go to the farmer's market and get our supply from there. We really want to help those that produce locally, the local farmers, just to help promote community buying. And we also grow things ourselves, completely organic, and we use those as well.
Like the compost that comes from the fruit and vegetables, we take that, and since we have a small farm with animals, chickens, ducks, and we feed them those things. We have some friends that actually take some of the compost and they do the same thing with their animals. They feed them to the animals, and basically it goes back to the ground. We take it and we put it in our gardens that we have, and we compost it and then put it back into the ground.
I do feel it's very important to go back to, I guess you'd say, the older times when everybody had their own garden. I do encourage people to raise their own garden, even if it's just a little box in a window. It's a factor. It's important to our environment. It's important for that person just to know they can grow their own food.
like cleaning, things. We like to use as natural products as possible, as the health departments allow us to use natural sprays for cleaning, cleaning things, cleaning the surfaces, the areas. We try to use nice, healthy, eco-friendly products as well.
Study and know exactly what you're eating. Is it food or is it not food? I tell people all the time, a lot of these prepared foods and things is not really food because it does not supply your body the nutrients it needs. We need to get back to living foods, whole foods. On our menu, we have a daily soup that I homemade from scratch. We come early in the morning and make every soup from scratch. And then also we serve the organic red potatoes, white potatoes, and sweet potatoes. And then they have the bar. And the salad bar is from scratch every day, fresh cut, as local produce as possible. So that is an option, and it's an all-you-can-eat bar. Or they can take it out by the pound. We also have sandwiches, and we try to serve everybody's needs in that. So we have all the way from vegan options, vegetarian, to meat eating. Also, we strive to have the best types of breads. So we have gluten-free options for those who would like gluten-free sandwiches. We have sprouted grain bread for those that would love to have the sprouted grains and less gluten. And then we have the wraps. This is a very family-oriented, community-oriented business. So when somebody walks in, they're not just coming to another restaurant to eat. They're actually going to feel our passion for serving people, for serving community. They can feel it in the way they are taken care of, and most importantly, with the way they eat.
Formed in the 1970s, the Putnam County Clean Commission has been working to educate the community on matters ranging from litter to proper electronic disposal. They serve to inform not just one age group on these important environmental issues, but citizens of all ages through various events and classes. WCTE's Christina Rensis shows us how this organization is continually working to educate and improve the community they reside in.
The Cookeville-Putnam County Clean Commission has been in existence about 25 years. It started out with a volunteer director who was Myrna Estes. Since that time, we've had 3 paid directors. The present one is Lisa Luck, who is our executive coordinator. There were a handful of people back in the mid to late 70s that saw a need in Putnam County, and I guess especially Cookeville because they were Cookeville residents, and saw a need for litter control and getting with all the programs of recycling. That whole push was beginning back in those years nationwide. So that handful of people decided we needed to get on board, so to speak. So that's how the commission got started, was a handful of brave people to start talking about the importance of taking care of the environment, and that includes recycling, litter prevention, reusing what we have, reducing our footprint on Mother Earth. Residents have taken that on and have done it beautifully. But if you'll notice here at Dogwood Park, where we are today, there are no recycling containers anywhere in this park, and there are none in any of our parks. And we would love to see, as a commission, those containers attached to all garbage receptacles for plastic and aluminum. That's one thing that we really promote, and we hope that the powers that be will also see the importance of that, because there is so much more that we can do as a community toward recycling that we are not doing. We encourage either residents or churches, businesses to adopt a road, and once they clean that area up 3 times, then they get a special sign made with their name on it, with the Clean Commission logo on it. And of course, once they've made that commitment, they continue to clean up that area 3 times each year for an indefinite period of time. The board is a working board. It's not one where you just give it lip service. We're actually out there. We have our own 2-mile stretch out of old Highway 42 that we clean up 3 times a year. We've already done our first cleanup. Our next one is the end of this month, and then we'll have another one in the fall. So once you become a board member of the Cookeville-Putnam County Clean Commission, you know on the front end that you are going to be working and working hard. One of our largest litter-free events is the Fall Fun Fest each September. We enlist High School Interact Club, Boy Scouts and the Girl Scouts, and any volunteers who might like to come out. We equip them with a safety vest, a picker, a bucket, and send them out to make that event litter-free. That includes picking up cigarette butts and any amount of litter that is on the ground. We provide the recycling containers at that event, and those young people also take care of the recycling, and we put those in a box truck that the solid waste department provides for us, and we have recycled poundage of plastics and aluminum from that one event. Of course, our property enhancement awards that we do for residences, schools, churches, businesses is very important too. Unfortunately, some people in the community think that the Cookeville-Putnam County Clean Commission just recognizes beautiful yards. That's just one of the very many things that we do. Yes, those are visible because we have a nice sign in the yard and we put colored pictures in the newspaper. But that is a very small part of what we do. It's all a large compilation of a lot of small things that lead up to a large presence in the community, and one that we keep plugging away at so that people will recognize us and what we're here for.
Some of the fundraisers, the most recent one is the garden tour, which was a huge success. It was great. The community came out and toured 5 gardens in Cookeville. One Saturday afternoon, we served cookies and everybody enjoyed the beautiful landscapes that were litter-free, of course, and well-maintained. And it was just a really great community event to help promote the Clean Commission and raise awareness. Well, it was fun because, you know, people could ask me what certain plants were and I could talk to them about that, and they could sort of look at the design elements in certain gardens. The garden that I was stationed in, I was very familiar with anyway, and so I could provide a little extra attention to detail and the design elements utilized in that garden. Also, we attend board meetings, and, you know, we help out Lisa Luck, who's our coordinator. We help her out as often as we can. Lisa does Mother's Day out on, I think, Mondays, and moms can come and bring their kids. And the kids do educational activities around litter prevention and recycling, and I think that's a great event. And that's where it starts, with the really young. Getting them to recycle and make that part of their habit early on is key to changing the way that we live and don't litter and recycle and properly dispose of our hazardous waste or any waste, any solid waste. And it's just important for people to know what's provided here and how they can plug in, and also how they can learn more about keeping Putnam County clean and how to recycle. It does require a little more effort, but we have a responsibility to our environment and to the earth to step up and take care of our waste that we create. And to me, you know, if you can do something as an individual, that is so important. And no one likes to look at trash, but for some reason we still have a lot of it on the roadsides, in the beautiful landscapes. And it just, I just hope that people will begin to take a little harder look at that and to step up and to not litter.
Join us next time when we head to East Tennessee and visit Knoxville to see how the slow food movement is changing people's view on food. And then we'll head down to Chattanooga, where the bike sharing program is reaching new heights in the heart of the city. All this next time on Live Green Tennessee, where we'll bring you more news about the farmers and businesses who are making the move to eating fresh and living green possible for us all. If you'd like more information about Live Green Tennessee, please visit our website at livegreentv.org, where you'll find everything from healthy recipes to past episodes and much more.
This program is brought to you in part by...
Behind every Pick Tennessee Products logo is a Tennessee farmer who brings you fresh, local food grown with the kind of pride that gets handed down through generations. From now through fall, you can find Tennessee fruits and vegetables on farms and at farmers markets near you. Find your Tennessee farmers at picktnproducts.org.
What makes our state unique? Find out on the new Tennessee Channel, a statewide initiative by your public television stations. Each program is created in Tennessee, about Tennessee, and broadcast in Tennessee.
The Tennessee Channel, Saturdays 6 to 10 p.m. Eastern and Sundays 2 to 6 p.m. Eastern, right here on your public television station.
Funding for this program was provided in part by the United States Department of Agriculture and by the generous support of the Corporation for Public Broadcasting.